Hi, I'm Amy, thank you for tuning in. I don't usually make review videos for individual books just because I don't have the time. I often don't think that I'm going to have enough to say, but this book I feel warranted a full video. I don't know how long it'll be, but let's just dive in and I'll talk to you about why I loved this book so much. So I haven't read any Paul Tremblay books before, and this one has just piqued my interest so much. I know that he's written other books like The Cabin at the End of the World, Disappearance at Devil's Rock, A Head Full of Ghosts, Growing Things and Other Stories, Survivor Song. I'll definitely be picking up more of his books since reading this one because I loved it, so let me tell you why. For a start, the writing, it just really sucked me in. I loved the fact that it was a main character who I found very intriguing, very hard to know whether to trust him or not. And then it was spliced in with scenes from a horror movie, because the quirk of this book is that it is based on a main character was in a horror movie when he was younger that was made but never actually came out because of various reasons. But a few scenes had been leaked from the film, and then a production company have decided to make it. So we are following the story of the previous incarnation of the horror film and building up to the things that went wrong, and then the modern day. I did predict quite a few of the ways that this was going to unfold, but that didn't affect my enjoyment of it at all. Unusually with this book, you know, when there are different timelines in a book or different media, you find that there's bits that you enjoy more than others. This one, I was just loving all of it. I loved the them stories. I love the now stories. I thought that the mixed media really added something to the plot. It just felt like you were peeling back layers of the characters a little bit. One of the characters in the book actually wrote the script as well, so you kind of, it feels very meta. It feels like you're getting to know the character who wrote it more, and you're getting to know what is going on in the film. Another reason that I really liked this book, I think that the stark title horror movie is alluding to the fact probably that it just feels very reminiscent of lots of horror films, and the kind of idea that a film can really generate sort of steam by being a cursed film, or a film that has a story behind it, like say Poltergeist, that was apparently plagued with all sorts of issues on and off the set. I think that this book really plays into that really well, and it makes some really explicit horror film references and some references that are a bit more hidden, and then probably some that I didn't even pick up on because I haven't watched that many horror films. So I thought that was really clever. It felt like a real kind of love story to horror movie fans. Another thing I really liked about this is that the character of the thin kid is created in this, and it feels very much like an urban legend that has been put into the film, and then aspects of it kind of affect the real lives of the characters as well, without saying too much about that. I love things that are about urban legends and myths, and that bleeds through where you don't know, at some point you don't know exactly which parts are real and which parts aren't. It plays around a lot with reality, this book. I think that's all I can say without completely spoiling the book, but to summarise what I've said, I really think that if you're a Paul Tremblay fan, you're probably going to enjoy this, because from what I've heard, it's very much in Paul Tremblay's usual high standards. And then like me, I've never read a Paul Tremblay book before, and I thought this was excellent, especially if you're a horror movie fan, if you're a slasher fan like me, and if you like mixed media. This just ticked so many of my boxes. I read it so quickly. This one comes out in June, so you don't have too much of a wait, and I highly recommend you give it a go. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this little mini review, because it's something that I might try for other books that I've really enjoyed or really not enjoyed, to give you a different angle on those. So thanks for watching. As always, likes and subscribes are really appreciated, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!